something to talk about. Let's give them something to talk about. How about love, love, love?
What's good, y'all? This your girl Giggs. Welcome back to the channel. This is gonna be a random video. Just random, like really random. I was just sitting here thinking. I was watching two people here on YouTube that I never even knew. I was just going over some coming out stories, and I was watching. Here it goes. Yeah, I was watching some people with their coming out stories, and one of them name is Bek Key, B-E-K-K-E-Y. It's a lesbian couple, and they're sharing like their coming out story of how they've been best friends, and they, give me a minute. Hello? Sister.
Yeah.
Let me call you right back.
Okay.
Alright. Sorry, y'all. They were best friends, and they realized they actually love each other, and they were both married. Well, one was engaged at the time, and one was married, and you know, they both cheated on their husbands to be with each other, and you know, to make a long story short, they end up being together, end up divorcing their husbands. And I'm gonna just leave the link below. It's a nice coming out story, and in their coming out story, they were saying like how their family reacted and how they treated them after they came out. And I also was watching I Am Brandon, Maggie Prada. That I know him from Maggie Prada, but I Am Brandon is his Instagram name. I think his name is Playboy here on YouTube. He's so fucking fine. Oh my god. He's gay, and he came out. He did a video of how he came out and how his family reacted and stuff. And y'all already know I did my little coming out story. It wasn't really a coming out story because I ain't have to really come out and no goddamn well, really. You know what I'm saying? I feel like my mama already knew for a long time that I was gonna either be gay or bisexual, you know, because I always dressed as a boy growing up, always, and always was like tomboyish, always doing boy shit and stuff. But like, I just realized how confused I was my whole life growing up. And I realized that I'm not the only one who shared that confusion, watching everybody else with their coming out stories. They kind of had their own little confused moments too. And not even just who I choose to be with sexually, just religion. I was confused on my whole life. Like, I was looking for spiritual guidance, and although my mama made sure we stayed in church, well, not church, it's called the Kingdom Hall to the Jehovah's Witnesses. She made sure we stayed. If you stay with your mama, you gotta go to church. That's just something that you gotta do, you know. And I used to do Bible studies and try to get into the whole Jehovah's Witness religion thing, but my whole life I've been confused on, you know, religion as well as sexuality. All of this is new again to me. It's not even, it haven't even been 10 years yet that I'm used to this, like used to the makeup, and you know, I always had like my hair done and stuff, but the girly side of me, it's all kind of still new. I'm learning the makeup, I'm learning the, you know, I know how to wear heels. I'm just learning the more feminine side of me, and I love the feminine side of me, and it made me want to just continue to encourage others. And I think what I'm gonna do too is, now that I live in the city, because I stayed in the country for the longest in Lake County, Florida, after I moved from Miami. I live in the city now in Orlando, and I want to find like a big sister volunteering thing where I can volunteer and encourage young girls and stuff, because growing up, being a confused ass child, dabbling in pussy, because I was finger fucking and titty sucking since I could remember. I never ate the pussy, but just far as like, you know, fondling other chicks. That was something that I was doing growing up. I didn't understand it. I didn't really care about how anybody else felt about it, but I did keep it to myself. You know, nobody knew that until like I got older and I said it, like it came out of my mouth. And it seemed like to me, like in my world growing up, because I can only speak for, you know, my experiences, that the lesbianism, like to be with another woman, never was a big deal, you know. And it's sad to say it never was, because the world that I lived in, and it's mostly men, you know, that thought like this, that it's acceptable for women to be with other women. Like that's like their fantasy, their ultimate fantasy, to be with another woman. But it's just so wrong for a man to be with another man. They don't think that two sweaty balls should be rubbing against each other and stuff. And I think that's just kind of hypocritical. Like not hypocritical, but just kind of biased. Like just like, how is it okay for two pussies to be rubbing together but two dicks can't be rubbing together? Like, how could you be team lesbian but not team gay or team homosexual or whatever, you know? It was so confusing, religious and sexually. Like, all of that was confusing. Now I'm grown. I'm no longer confused. I know for a fact, because you know there's a saying out there, don't knock it until you try it. I know for a fact that I can't be with a woman. I tried it. I've been in a relationship with a woman for 2 months, and it just didn't work. It didn't work. And I think because, one, she was rushing my feelings towards her a lot, and two, because I wasn't used to being open about being with other women. I was never used to being open with it, because I was called a pillow princess, like, you know, all of these titles, because I'm not a giver, I'm more a receiver. Like, I don't discriminate against the tongue. There's a lot of women out there that's like that too. A lot of them are behind closed doors doing it. Like, they'll use a bitch for her mouthpiece, but they don't want to be with a bitch, you know. And I'm that type of person. I could be your friend, I could be whatever you want to be, but I can't be your woman. And it's weird that I'm like that, but I'm like that, and I can't help it. I tried it. I tried to be with a woman, but I can't. I find me more emotionally attached to a man, but more sexually attached to a woman. I think a woman is beautiful. Like, you know, a woman should be looked at as beautiful. My issues growing up had nothing to do with sexuality as well as religion. It had more of me trying to figure out my own self. Like, Fat wasn't in. Fat was not in. We had Shirley from off of What's Happening Now. We had Nell Carter from off of Give Me a Break. We had Marsha from off of Night Court. The Weather Women, the Weather Girls who sing It's Raining Men. Those who you seen back then, as far as big is concerned. But none of those ladies, I love them ladies, none of those ladies opened up and told their life story, to my knowledge. Like, it never came across to me to where I would relate to them, and as far as low self-esteem issues or just everyday issues growing up big, you know. There was no one out there for me to look up to, you know. My mom, I love my mom, but she's more like a church woman. She's more closed off. Like, the clothes that I wear today, she's the type of person that'll be like, you know what, you shouldn't wear them. You're like, you showing too much, you know. And she told me one time that she's, maybe because she wouldn't be comfortable in wearing it, that she didn't want to see me wear it or whatever. And I understand that, but parents are gonna put their opinions on you, but they're not gonna force you. My mom, she didn't give a fuck as far as like the women is concerned. She didn't give a fuck. She already knew. I think she already knew because I was dressing as a dude. So I think she already knew. And my sister, she didn't. It was kind of surprising to her that my sister actually dibbled and dabbled into the same-sex world too. But it wasn't really like a coming out thing, because it wasn't really nothing to come out to, you know. And no matter what, my mama gonna accept us, you know. And I know for a fact my dad would have accepted us, even though he's dead. I know that he would have accepted me, and I know my stepdad loves me. me, so you know it doesn't matter. But everybody doesn't have that you know, that moment when they come out. Some parents are against it and stuff. But my video for today just had me thinking, you know, like how confused I was, and there was no one to look up to at the time of growing up, and now here I am, and it's a lot of people looking up to me. Like, it's a lot of people that I encourage, and I realized that I'm a big deal. Like, I'm actually a big deal. It didn't hit me. It hit me, y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all no lie. It hit me a long time ago when I realized that I had like 1.1 million views, that I'm out there. You know, that my name is somebody, you know, if somebody associate themselves to my name, is because I'm entertaining. You know, they like me. I don't have that many haters, so, you know, fuck them. But my supporters, they show me that I'm wanted. Like, I help them, I encourage them. They like listening to some of the stuff that I have to say, even though they might not even necessarily agree with some of the stuff that I say. So it makes me want to, like, it makes me want to continue to do just this YouTube thing, but take it to another level by offering myself to younger people, especially women of all shapes and sizes, and but mostly bigger young ladies out there. I don't want to be a role model as far as follow everything that I've done in my life, you know. No, I want to be a role model as of the stuff that I overcame in my life, and like how I feel right now, and how important it is to love yourself, because a lot of people will love you, but they won't love you as much as you would. I had to sit there and do like a self-evaluation, which I do this all the time, and I encourage other people to do a self-evaluation too. Give me a minute. I had to sit back and do a self-evaluation, one of many, and this was recently. And as far as like my love life is concerned, I know how to get to what I want, and I'm taking the steps to get to what I want. As far as a man is concerned, I'm not accepting any kind of man, no. So I had to do a self-evaluation. Like, what is it about me that the person that I love the most in my life is no longer here? And that was my grandfather. And I would like to meet somebody just like my grandfather. I know that we would have our ups and downs, but he would still show me love. My grandfather, like, is the best man that I know out there. He's the best man. Second best man that I know was my best friend. I kind of lost him too. But I realized that I can't put all the blame on him. I had to put the blame on myself too, because I wasn't 100% loving myself at the time when I was in a relationship with him. I was just about to go up under the knife for my second surgery. I didn't feel pretty. I didn't feel, you know, I was happy in the as far as the high I could see. Like, when you look at me, you see I'm smiling all the time, but inside I was nervous, I was scared, I was like, you know, not myself, and I couldn't give myself to the guy that I absolutely adored. Like, he's my everything, still is, and you know, we're not together, but he's not a bad person. He was my best friend. He was there for me when my granddaddy did die. You know, he was there. And I couldn't be with him. Like, I couldn't. How could you be with somebody when he's so torn up inside? Like, I was so torn, y'all. I just lost my grandfather, and I was just gonna go up under the knife, so I didn't know how much I could take. I was going crazy. I was like damn near institutionalized because I was about to kill a bitch. Like really, like literally about to kill a bitch. And I didn't get on here to cry, y'all. I just wanted to say that I overcame a lot, and I realized that I'm a little bit more than what I was, and I realized my worth. I realized how I handled things, how I probably caused some heartache, because I know I hurt my mother. I know I hurt her to the core. The devil was so busy back then when I lost my grandfather. Even before I lost him, like when it was around the time for him to pass, the devil was so busy. And when you don't have spiritual guidance, the devil will work you over. He will work you over. And he did that. But I overcame all of that. And when I did that self-evaluation, I realized that I'm so strong, y'all. I'm so strong. Stronger than I ever thought I was. You know what I'm saying? I'm stronger than I ever thought I was. I love this person, and I love myself, and I don't think I'll find anyone else like him, but I'm gonna try to be completed again, but I'm completing myself. Like, I had to do it on my own. I had to regain my conscience back, my positive conscience. I had to regain my confidence back. And I'm not even 100%, I'm not 100%, but I am at a good place in my life. And I just like to, it's like, I know y'all gonna feel for me because I'm crying in this video. Y'all don't fall for that shit. Don't fall for that, because I be that way. I just want to continue to help others, continue to do that. Continue to be the live and raw and direct gigs, and I'm going to take it a step further and try to help the younger youth, be better, and to not only loving themselves, but realizing real love when it exists. Because I had the opportunity to have it, and I kind of, the things that was going on in the world at the time kind of, derailed my whole relationship with my best friend. I don't know, he's no longer my best friend anymore, and we don't even talk anymore, and it's sad, but that's just how it gotta be. And I'm gonna do the same thing that I did with him with other guys. I'm not trying to rush anything. I've been trying to get to know people, trying to let people into my life is kind of hard because it's trust issues,